Good day, good day. I trust that you are doing very well today and that your day has been very, very good. My name is Kelvin Amwanza, and today we'll be talking about a very important subject. Yesterday, I took you through, if you missed something, I spoke about how actually holding on hurts us even more. And I promised that maybe today I could focus on how actually do you know that it is the time for you to move on. That's what I'm going to talk about today, and I will show you about 5 important signs. There are quite a little bit more, but I'll focus on 5 so that we don't waste much of our time. So let's go into it. I believe that you have all been in a situation where you are just wondering if it's the time for you to move on. But on the other end, because by nature we are settlers, we like to settle, we don't like change. And whenever we are posed with a situation that somehow puts us in a state where we wonder or we begin to wonder if it's the time for us to move on, we are likely to hold on to the familiar territories, to the routine that we've come to establish at the expense of our well-being. So today, let's look at some of the ways that you can actually know that it's time for you to move on. And what I've realized, when you overstay, whether it's in a relationship or a business partnership or in an organization, when you have gotten the signs in the past to leave and you decided to actually stay, what follows is really not a good experience. So it's very, very important for each one of us to be in tune with the seasons and the time that we are in, so that we are able to make decisions at the right time when we need to make them. Because when we delay making decisions, of making changes, they will ultimately end up impacting our lives. So point number 1, you know that it's time for you to actually leave your organization or your relationship. And for those who are in relationship, this is a big issue, because sometimes people don't know the right time to leave the relationship and move on, and they hold on to actually what is not working. So point number 1 is that if what you are in right now and what you are involved in right now are started to affect your self-worth, that every now and then, or more often than not, that whenever you are in this environment or whenever you are with this person, is that the situation keeps on making you feeling small, and you end up degrading yourself. So anytime you are in a situation, in an environment where your self-esteem keep on declining, chances are that's a good sign that that environment, if you don't make needed changes, or the people that you are with, they are not hearing you out, chances are that actually the time has come for you to move out of that environment, because you are the only person that you have. And you have to make sure that you are in environment and places and spaces, for that matter, that are helping you thrive, that are helping you grow, that are helping you become a better person. But if you are in an environment that has affected you badly to the point that your self-worth, self-esteem has declined, chances are that you do not belong there. Point number 2 is that when you keep on getting violated, this violation can come in form of abuse, physically, emotionally, mentally, and also that your value system, things that are important to you, are not respected, and there's always a conflict and there's always a violation. Anytime you are with someone, anytime you are in an environment that you are always in conflict with in terms of your values, this environment has no regard of your worth, has no regard of your well-being, and you feel that you are being abused physically, you feel like you are being abused emotionally, it is time for you actually to make plans for you to exit that environment, because it's not for you. Anytime you feel that you are abused in one way or another, and the other person or individuals that are involved in that space are not willing to accommodate and hear you out and pay attention so that they adjust accordingly so that the abuse stops, chances are that you don't belong there, and the time has come for you to exit that place. Please hear me very well. Never underestimate the impact of any form of abuse on your life. And don't even give excuses when you are promised that somebody or a situation is going to change in the moment when you have been abused. Those promises, if somebody is not making changes that will make your life feel like, yes, you are safe now, and somebody is working on themselves, or an organization is making changes to accommodate your well-being, your value, your importance, you don't belong there. And don't take individuals' excuses. Treasure your life and value your life, and pack your bags and move on. The time has come for you to move on. Point number 3 is that if you are in a situation and the only thing that is keeping you in that environment is the fear of unknown, because you've gotten accustomed to the environment. Sometimes we get accustomed to the abuse. We can predict how somebody is going to react or how our bosses are going to react. And we have adjusted ourselves and our emotions, although we are enduring and although we are suffering, but we have found a way to predict certain events. But although we are not happy in that situation, we would want to leave. But we are so afraid because we don't know what is out there. So if the only thing that is keeping you where you are right now is the fear of unknown, chances are that your time to move on actually is there. Because when you choose to work for an organization, you choose because you are contributing, you're providing value. Also, the organization is also taking care of you. But if all this has broken, and you are no longer, I'll talk about that, you are no longer contributing the way you used to contribute, and the organization no longer contributing to your life and to your growth. And the only thing that is keeping the two of you together, whether it's be a relationship, be it an organization, is that you are so afraid of actually moving on because you don't know what lies ahead of you. And think of it, and I want to challenge you this, that never stay in anything because you are afraid. Being afraid or fear is not the right motivation of doing anything, of staying in an environment. So if fear of the unknown is the basis for your stay, it's a great sign that, my friend, you need to start making adjustment and you need to start preparing to leave that environment before the situation gets worse. Point number 4 is that we get into relationships because perhaps we have our values are aligned with the individuals that we are dating. We get into organization as well because our values, we like what the organization we work for is all about. But also, most importantly, we also get into organization not only that we can get paid, but also we feel that there is something about us, our skills, our talents, our experiences, and everything about us feels that when I'm with this organization, I'm going to be the best of the best, and I'm going to give my all to this organization. I'm going to give my all to this relationship. When you know it's time to leave is when you have emptied yourself, and there is literally nothing that you can give anymore. And you can see that no matter how much you try to give, to contribute, to make things work, every step that you make to make things work, what usually happens is that you end up making mistakes, you end up getting into trouble, you end up getting into conflict. Chances are that you have done what you were meant to do, and you have contributed, that you've emptied yourself in that environment. And chances are that no matter how much you try to make things happen, you have nothing left for you to contribute. What you need to be looking out for is to go into places and spaces where who you are, your skill set, your experiences can be valued, and they can see you as someone who can also contribute to the well-being of that organization. Also, the organization also, you feel that the organization will add value to your life by creating more opportunities for you, and also not only just creating opportunities for you, but also that there is room for you to grow in that environment. If it's a relationship you were dating and you've done everything that you can to make it work, and you don't see anything, that you have anything left in the inside of you to make that relationship work, chances are it is time for you to actually move on. That's a sign when you cannot give. You have given and you have nothing left in the inside of you to contribute, chances are it is time for you to go. Point number 5, which is the last point. Anytime you get into a relationship, anytime you get into your career or a business, you get in there with zeal, with so much life, with so much energy, and we all have this good intention of staying and making it work. So anytime you start thinking about leaving that environment, often when the thought of leaving has become greater than the thought of staying, chances are that it is time for you to actually move on. Or you are always thinking about leaving that environment. Chances are that's a good sign, because when you got into that environment, you were not thinking of leaving. You were thinking of staying, contributing, and making things work, and contributing and giving your best. But every now and then, or more often, you are always thinking about leaving. You're always thinking about quitting. You feel tired, you feel drained, and the thought of you just staying in that organization, on that space, scares you, and you no longer have anything attached to that place or to that person. Chances are that's a good sign that it is time for you to move on. So I want to encourage you this year. Part of what I'm doing this year is to provide insight that will enable you prepare yourself so that you can become the best version of yourself. So letting go of certain things in our lives, letting go of certain environments and relationships, is an important aspect for us to rediscover ourselves, and for us actually to get to experience some of the opportunities that lies ahead of us. So if you're going to achieve some of the goals, some of the dreams that you have set out for yourself, make sure that every aspect of your life is aligned to those values, to those goals, to your mission. And if there's anything in your life right now that you're battling with, you want to stay, the other part wants you to go, pay attention to that rhythm, because if you don't pay attention to that, you are going to get distracted, and ultimately you are going to be affected in a way that is going to impact on your mission and on your goals. And at the end of this year, you are not going to achieve the things that you said you are going to achieve. I'm going to leave you with a very, very important quote for you just to reflect on, from Joseph Campbell. And it says, we must be willing to let go of the lives that we have planned, so that we can have the life that is waiting for us. We have planned a particular life, but if that life doesn't work, we should be willing to let go or move on with that kind of a life, so that we are able to walk into the life that is waiting for us. So this is from me for today. My name is Kelvin Amwanza, and if you need some assistance in terms of personal development, coaching, I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you. So for today, enjoy the rest of your evening or your afternoon, depending on what time and where you are watching me from. Enjoy the rest of the day, and God bless you. Bye-bye.